damn.
First task after a long trip, before we get checked in, get the bugs off, get the car clean. First day registration and the sticker crew is busy at work. There's John Dega telling us how to do the stickers, and Mike Hurst kibitzing. Mike's our driver this year. He's very, very fast. The secret is technique, followed by Windex on the car so you can slide the thing around a little bit. We're out in front of the headquarters in South Bend, Indiana of the Tire Rack. All the cars are lined up, getting stickered up, registered, and going through technical inspection. Okay, we got the Hubbard team here. What'd you guys do to the car this year? This is a new car.
Coilovers, wheels, sway bars, drop tire braces, cams, port and polished ahead, exhaust. That's about it.
Brakes.
Okay, who's driving?
Both of us this year.
We're both driving.
Okay, who's driving which track?
We don't know. Depends. A lot of variables about that one.
Okay, now, 2 years ago, you guys got married on one lap. What did that do to your? What did that do to your relationship?
Made it even better. We're back. We're 200 more hours of quality time and love it. And it's better than ever. Now we're more immature together, which is crazier, so it's fun. And we love it.
One thing about an old black Volvo with a big vid, it does attract a bunch of guys looking on. All kinds of vehicles out on display today. A little supercharger, that's going to be very nice. Here is Cadillac's new sports luxury sedan. Beautiful car with a very powerful V8 6-speed transmission. It's a racer.
Just like to note, hard to believe, but it's 25 years since we ran the last cannonball. And I don't have to tell you that this ain't the cannonball. We're going to have a good time, and remember that you are driving cars cunningly. There you go.
Mr. Cook, what do you think? We gonna make it?
We're not sure. Are you gonna make it?
I'm so tired right now I can barely stand myself. I don't know, I'll make it. I'm down a co-driver. I have no idea where I'm going. But other than that, we're fine.
We discovered during testing today that the clutches in the differential are worn out. They don't work. So what we're going to do is weld the differential up solid. We're going to weld these gears to the case, basically destroying any value this differential has, except to us. It's going to lock it up solid.
Yep.
So the car will have no differential action at all. It'll make it really difficult to park. Shouldn't make any difference on the racetrack. It should.
Welded the side gears to the spider gears and the spider gears to the case in an effort to lock the differential together.
It is the Springfield Motorsport Racing entry. He's sponsored by Visa and MasterCard. All right, we got Matt Hubbard out there in a Honda Prelude. This is the SSVT2 small bore category. He's on Yokohama Parada Spec 2. He's sponsored by himself.
This is David and Faye Teal, and you've been doing this for a long time. Tell me what you're up to.
18 years.
18 years.
I've got 15.
15. Now, why are you doing it?
Originally, I was doing it because it was the last place I found that I could go compete and win. And I still haven't. And then I put together a team on my own and started Laps to Conquer MS Incorporated. And we are a charity to increase MS awareness through motorsports.
And that's really made her a winner because since 1989 she has collected over $120,000 that we've donated to the National MS Society.
Terrific.
That makes her a winner.
And that's just spared pocket change because Laps to Conquer MS is to create awareness. It isn't focused on collecting money. So the $120,000 is spare pocket change.
This one-lot perennial it now has a new nose. Looks like a 40 Ford. Glenn Dodd, Carolina Rod Shop, built it. He's busy talking on the phone.
Doing okay, yep. No problems. We got a long haul now. We're at 900 miles driving night up to Wisconsin.
Mr. Dodd, how are things going this morning?
Good, good.
Are you having fun this year?
Oh man, we have a lot of fun. We're up against all those professional drivers and factory-back cars, kind of rough.
Yeah. But are you having fun?
Oh yeah.
And what have you done to your Bronco?
Bronco?
What?
That's a Chevrolet, ain't a Ford. Golly, you just made a terrible mistake.
Tell me what you've done to whatever this is.
Oh, we just changed the front end, put a 40 Ford front end on it, and then made it look like a 37 Chevrolet. I tried to, because I'm kind of against the Fords. But that's about all we done to it, repainted it, and kind of come in here incognito and disguised so nobody know who we were. It didn't work though.
Yeah.
Everybody recognizes us. Even about our names changed. That didn't help any.
Yeah. Okay. Have fun.
Just saying.
Okay, this is your, what's your first name, Mr. Dubler?
My name is Robert.
Robert Dubler.
Yes.
And you are an Ace chocolate manufacturer from Switzerland, is that true?
I have a small company with 10 people. It's, you know, a small thing, but it's mine.
And you've been racing in one lap for how long?
Since '93 was our first year.
And you've raced every year?
Every year except last year.
And then you also have raced in Daytona, haven't you?
2001, I was lucky to get a ride there. And I raced a tube frame, a GT car, which was terrific.
How do you like one lap?
It's an incredible event.
Why do you think so?
A lot of different, strange people, and I fit in there.
And what are you driving this year?
This year it's Ed Magnus Daily Driver. It's a Pontiac Grand Am.
And how are you doing?
I have a good time.
You were having problems.
We had an overheating problem in Kansas. We blew an engine out of Kansas at like 4 p.m. We blew our motor. 4:30, we're at a Ford dealership. I'll keep the story real short, made lots and lots of phone calls, talked to a lot of people, worked out a few things. Make a long story short, we bought a Ford Crown Vic on our credit card. Picked up the car, bought it on credit card, took it to the dealer, ripped the motor out, put a new motor in, and we had destroyed the oil pan, which is a custom oil pan on this. So I had an oil pan made up for us, fixed by 3 a.m. 5 a.m. we're on the road and we made it to Colorado.
Now the Crown Vic was a new car?
Used car that we bought off the lot.
For how much?
On a $14,990 on the credit card.
Is it your credit card or the Ford credit
Corporate
card?
card.
Yeah. So you're what do you do? You're an engineer for Ford.
Yeah, I'm a vehicle dynamics engineer. So myself, my friend Matt, and Jamie, we're all chassis guys. We do steering, handling, brakes, tire, ride tuning.
And you're based in Michigan.
Yeah.
And who's driving?
Well, all of us, but Jamie's driving today.
Okay.
So.
Great.
All right.
Most of my motorsports experiences in rallying where we drive as fast as we can on a road we've never seen before. So maybe that helps a little bit driving one lap because we don't get a chance to practice the tracks. We just get to the track and go as fast as we can. Rallied since 1981.
Wide variety, different cars, all-wheel drive, front drive, rear drive. We've had pretty good success of late using a pretty odd car for rallying, but it's a Ford Mustang. With that car, we've won the last 3 Group 5 national championships, SCCA Club Rally.
And you drove in one lap before?
Yes, I drove 2001, 2002, and 2003 in a Ford Thunderbird with a supercharged V8.
This is Ron and Dee. Where are you from, Ron?
I'm from Elgin, Illinois.
Elgin, Illinois, and you are running the Dodge truck. Tell me about your truck.
Yeah, it's a 1994 Dodge Ram pickup that we did a lot of modifications to. We built our own chassis and built a lightweight body for it. Put a 528 cubic inch motor in it.
Whose engine is it?
It's Indy cylinder head block and heads, and then we did our own engine work on it. It has a fast electronic fuel injection engine management system, and Viper independent rear suspension, and a Hollinger 6-speed sequential gearbox.
Are you running nitrous this year?
No.
No. Last year you ran nitrous, I mean.
No. This makes between 700 and 750 horse. So.
Is it normally aspirated?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds very fast.
Yeah, we're still working on setup. We didn't have it done in time to get all the testing done. So
you missed one of the events, right?
Yeah, we broke a U-joint.
So where are you standing as of Allen? As of
when I got here this morning, I think I was 15th overall and second in the truck class. If I can win the rest of the events from here on out, then the truck class would roll back into my favor.
Great.
That just has to happen.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Norm, Mini Cooper, Alabama.
Tell me your name, sir. And
I'm Buzz Clark.
And where are you from?
From Downingtown, Pennsylvania.
And what are you running today?
Well, I'm running the Ford GT40 replica that comes out of South Africa in an entire car, and then you pick your drivetrain and your engine. And we only had 700 miles on it before we decided to bring it here and shake it down and find out what's going to fall apart and what's going to work well.
And what's happened so far?
Well, the car was well produced with a design for carburetors like the original cars, and we decided to put a more powerful fuel injection engine. So we've chased a lot of fuel injection problems trying to get the fuel out of the car.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. And then little things along the way. Last night we had a clip break and it rubbed a hole through the clutch slave cylinder hydraulic line. So we had the whole inside of the car apart trying to track that last night. Didn't get any sleep last night. And but the fuel's been the biggest thing.
Okay, tell me about the air conditioning system that you're using on this car.
In order to make a surge tank to get the fuel out of one side of the car, we had to give up on the air conditioning that was installed in the car. So that's on my floor at home. And 3 days before we came here, we had a surge pot put in. So now the car gets to horrendous temperatures inside because there's fixed windows, no ventilation, and we've come up with a system where we dismantle the locks so the cars will not slam and lock. Put a bungee cord across our backs from one lock to the other, one door to the other, and then we do varying sizes of rolls of paper towel and duct tape through the door to hold the doors open so we have ventilation going through the car.
So how's it working?
It worked great. Well, great. I mean, it was 98 degrees when we left Las Vegas, and you could sit in the car and be in a sweat just sitting there instantly. At least this put air through, and you weren't in an instant sweat. You were dry anyway. But it was horrendous, but funny.
Hi, Bill.
Inquiring minds want to know what you did to your Pontiac.
Well, the story is this. You've seen that paint that you put on your cars in the sun. It changes the color.
Right.
Well, this is the next generation of that paint. This paint, if you paint this car, and it looks like a Corvette, but really, it's a Firebird.
I see.
True story.
That's the way it works.
Well, thank you for
Okay.
Thank you for your time. Okay, have a good day.
It's the Canadian way.
It's the Canadian way. What did you do to it? What have you done to this besides the hood?
We did the GMT1 suspension upgrade, which is springs and front control arms and anti-roll bars, shocks, and we changed heads and camshaft and put long tube headers on and changed the exhaust, and then put the body kit on, the wide body, to get the big rubber underneath the fenders.
Okay. Have you dynoed it?
Yeah, we did. We did, and it's just over 400 at the rear wheels.
Hey, this is David Murray, and you're driving. Tell me about your car.
This is a Porsche GT3. It belongs to Porsche Cars North America, and it's in the press fleet. We just picked it up in Indiana at South Bend, where the communication company that keeps the cars for the press fleet just delivered it there, and then we'll deliver it back to them if we're done to the back of the press fleet.
And you're running in what position here now?
Running third overall, which is also the SSGD1. Led for a while after Topeka. We had some good events. We had the wet skid pad to start with, which we did well in, and then the track was wet at Topeka for the first run. And after that, it dried up, and since then the 500 and 600 horsepower cars have been a little tough for us because they're obviously modified race cars, and we're just running a stock street car.
And you had how much horsepower?
385.
And you weigh what, 3,000?
About 3,000 pounds.
Right. And you work for Porsche?
Well, I'm I do stuff for Porsche, I race for Porsche, and do a lot of PR stuff for them. So yes, I do a lot of stuff with Porsche cars.
And you raced in one lap before?
This is my third time. I'm thinking this is not a good trend because I won in '95, finished second in '96, and it looks like third's our destiny for this trip. So I'm not coming back next year unless I change something good.
How is this different from what it was 8 or 10 years ago?
I think it's certainly changed its strategy or its concept just by nature from being competitive. The cars, when we ran in '95, we had a street 993 turbo, and we're able to be the fastest car at all the events. And then '96, it was elevated a little bit with the Viper, with the Mosler, that was 1,000 pounds less weight, 100 horsepower more, and then which won that year. And then they had the Lincolnville Trans Am, which was a race car. So I think now this year you've got more race cars than street cars, and just continue to go in that direction. And that's why it's more difficult to take a street car. But it's a pretty good testimony to the car when you take a street car like this and be competitive and actually lead a little bit for overall. And we haven't finished out of the top 5 in any event.
Mm-hmm.